You pay to help keep them out of jail. But how do they pay you back? Well, a lot of them don't. Countless criminal defendants have left the state public defender system on the hook for millions of dollars. News 13's Kim Holland is on special assignment.
A lawyer and have
You know the phrase. You hear it on every cop show.
If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you.
Under federal law, people accused of a crime can have a state-appointed lawyer. If you think a public defender is always free, think again. The defendant's income helps determine whether they will be charged for all, some, or none of their legal bills.
It's based on the poverty guidelines, which is the federal poverty guidelines.
But even when the state says a defendant has to pay, tens of thousands aren't. These faces are just a small fraction of the people who used a state public defender and haven't paid their bill. In all, more than 31,000 people owe the state $30 million.
That $30 million is starting back in the Carter era, okay? 1977, 1978.
Jacqueline Cooper is the acting chief of the New Mexico Public Defender Department.
Client needs to be accountable, department needs to be accountable, and we need to be accountable to the taxpayer. That's the bottom line.
This man is at the top of the list with the highest unpaid public defender bill. 60-year-old Henry Nez is accused of writing bad checks for the last 25 years. He owes $20,000 to the Public Defender Department. Nez is hard to track down.
You have reached the non-working number.
His last known address was in Arizona. There's now a warrant for his arrest for failing to appear in court. News 13 went in search of the state's top dozen deadbeats who owe anywhere from $15,000 to $20,000 each. Houses empty, phones disconnected.
The number you have dialed is not in service.
We're sorry. You have reached a number that has been disconnected. The number you dialed has been changed.
The only one we were able to find a working number for is Carol Lowy. For years, she's had the second highest unpaid bill in the state.
We'd like to talk to you about the $15,000 you owe the state of New Mexico for a public defender.
Just a day after we called Lowy for a second time, she paid $3,000 of her $15,000 bill.
Each year, more and more people stiff New Mexico's public defenders. The uncollected bills continue to grow by $1.9 million every year. So how does the state attempt to collect this debt?
It gets turned over to a collection agency. We are not a collection agency. The good news is the average amount recovered from clients is $475,000 a year.
But things are changing at the New Mexico Public Defender Department. It's now requiring some people to pay their state attorney bills up front. The state says that and some other upcoming changes should stave off some of the growing outstanding debt.
We've got to make this better.
Kim Holland, KRQE News 13.